मिलता है ना.
One question that I have is that निहारिका आपकी लोगों का ना फॉर एग्जांपल आई एम नॉट द पर्सन जिसे पढ़ना पसंद हो. ठीक है, मुझे रीड करना थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट लगता है. आप जो कंटेंट बनाते हो आपका मेजरली कंटेंट रीडिंग के ऊपर होता है, तो आप टारगेट ही उन्हें कर रहे हो या आप चाहते हो कि मैं कंटेंट ऐसे भी क्रिएट करूं जो कि लोग फॉर एग्जांपल जिसको देखना पसंद है, इनको मूवीज देखना पसंद हो सकता है, मुझे भी शोज थोड़े पसंद है या मुझे कुछ करके प्रैक्टिकली करना पड़ता है, तो कंज्यूम पे डिपेंड करता है ना. जैसे एग्जांपल बहुत सारी बुक्स मार्केट में अवेलेबल है, मुझे बुक्स पढ़ना पसंद ही नहीं आता. आई विल नेवर एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट, बट दैट्स व्हाई कुकू एफएम और बहुत सारे ऐसे एप्लीकेशंस आई है जो कि आपको रीडिंग है. तो आपको नहीं लगता आपका जो कंटेंट आप बना रहे हो वो भी आप डिफरेंट मीडियम के थ्रू लोगों तक पहुंचना चाहिए?
तो मैंने actually I write written content because like I like to write it, and then there are some people who like to read it. One thing is that I know not everyone will consume what I write, whether they don't appeal to the habit of reading or whether they don't appeal to topics. So I've made peace with that. Why I started a YouTube was just that I thought कि I've been online for a while, let's put a face, and there's already enough content that's existing, so let's put that into videos. But that being said, like you're very comfortable with the camera, I'm very camera shy, and like it still feels awkward. Now it's getting better कि कमरे में बंद करके you're just seeing the back of your phone, can't even see yourself. तो and like कोई ऐसा मेरे पास अभी background वगैरह भी नहीं है, तो it
आपका
makes me a
बैकग्राउंड
bit.
बुक शेल्फ है.
हाँ, but that was like at my house, like
Okay.
before I got married here, like we're still like making those corners.
Okay.
So now I'm starting that, but the idea is not ki to appeal to people who watch videos. It's just to use existing content, give it a second life, and also if there are some people who want to consume it in the form of videos, then let's do that. But at the back of my head, I don't know why do I still feel कि why would somebody watch me for 10 minutes? Like मुझे अभी भी लगता है कि reading तो 5 मिनट में हो जाता है, but why would somebody want to like watch somebody talk? Especially when there are so many other people who are using the best of technology and everything. So,
but I think निहारिका ने काफी अच्छा पॉइंट रेस करा है, वो है कि रीयूजेबिलिटी ऑफ कंटेंट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. फॉर एग्जांपल मेरे केस में ये था कि मैं वीडियो कंटेंट बहुत अच्छा हूँ, मनदीप रिटन में बहुत अच्छा है, सो दैट्स व्हाई वी कोलैबोरेटेड टुगेदर कि मनदीप लिखेगा और मैं वीडियो में बोलूंगा.
यू आर वेरी काइंड.
ठीक है. एंड सेकंड जो बात कर रहे हैं कि हाँ हर कोई कैसे सुनेगा, बट आई थिंक निहारिका आप बुक्स का भी देख रहे हो, ऑडियो बुक्स आ चुकी है. फॉर एग्जांपल इफ समवन इज ड्राइविंग दे कैन सिंपली लिसन योर कंटेंट rather than कि आपको बुक्स बैठना पड़ेगा, आपको 1 घंटा निकाल के.
ये पॉडकास्ट में तो इसलिए कि कभी भी कैसे भी सुन लो.
इस पॉडकास्ट को आप कहीं पे भी सुन सकते हो. एग्जैक्टली.
So Niharika, this brings me to this very important question which I think about everybody I meet, every new person that I meet, ki what kind of people are your kind of people? What kind of people do you like to hang out with? What kind of people, when you meet somebody new, do you think ki okay, I want to learn these lessons out of this person? If I'm not getting that vibe, I don't want to set up a network here or a connection here. So
yeah, I think it's purity mainly, because I like who I am as a person is like I'm very simple and I have like good intentions because I'm very conscious of how I'm thinking of somebody, I'm thinking of myself. So when I feel that the other person also just has pure intentions and they are happy just to be with me, they're happy when I'm doing well and they help me when the chips are down. So it's just that it doesn't matter what they do or where they're coming from. I was in a boarding school and then my college was also out of the city, so my friends are scattered. I don't have like a group of friends in the city here, and that's fine because they're still my people. Something that my surgery taught me was that a lot of people who you're hanging out with are not necessarily your friends. Because मेरे साथ क्या हुआ that people like my school core group, there are some people who I don't even talk to very often. They checked up on me every day. Whereas the people I hung out with every day and who live close by, nobody came to meet me. And they probably left a text, but it was so easy for them to come and meet me.
Okay.
Whereas like other friends who I'm the closest to, but रोज बात नहीं होती, but I'm the closest to, they checked up every day. So I realized that इनके साथ रोज घूम रहे हो, पर जिनसे like who I've grown up with, like that's still my family, because we don't have to talk every day, but it mattered to them so much that they made that, whether it's sending flowers, sending donuts, it's not even about the money, it's the gesture that matters.
Right.
But when you can meet and you leave a text, so that was heartbreaking, and I deleted all of them. Like I'm very bullish on deleting friends. Whenever I feel somebody doesn't serve my energy, And as humans, we get that vibe because instinctually, like since the beginning of times, our ancestors were always in fight or flight mode. So the
Right.
way they made changes was like they would also get a vibe that okay, we're not safe here, time to
Yeah,
move.
right.
So we get that vibe. So I think it's all about that energy that matters and purity of intention.
Cool. That's a good answer, right? I mean, that's a good answer. ऐसा नहीं कि मैं इसको कुछ marks देने good या bad, but it's a unique perspective.
I deleted so many friends.
Purity,
Sorry,
मतलब
अगर कोई वीडियो देख रहा हो मैं delete कर दिया हूँ मैंने. But it's very important to find time for yourself as well.
right.
इतने सारे दोस्त बनाए थे लाइफ के अंदर तो
एक थोड़ा ये भी होता है कि जिसके साथ हो are they energizing you or are they like depleting your energy?
Yeah.
Like when I moved back to Gurgaon, like और 9 साल हो गए थे with boarding school and college दूर होते हुए. So first I entered this group, then I saw that their lifestyle is very
Vibes are
different. They
not
want to drink till morning, but like I don't want to wake up at that time that they're sleeping. So I try to fit in for a while, but I realized that it's not me. It's not if your alignment is not being met, then what's the point of being around such people?
And I think everybody has their own definition around how to take care of 24 hours. What do they want to do on weekend and everything. And I think we so much go by the flow, so much go by the herd mentality. Okay, if 10 people around me are supposed to, so this thing happens in office. You go on a Monday morning and people are like, how was your weekend? And since I'm a very introvert person, I'm not, like too much go out and explore things, and not possible for me, not at all. I'm somebody who would sit at his home, in his room, I would read 1 or 2 books, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Monday को जाके मैं किसी को बता रहा हूँ कि मैं e-book पढ़ के आया, nobody is interested.
Yeah.
People are more into कि अच्छा कहाँ गए.
And it's sad that उन चीजों को ना ज़्यादा like
Limelight
reinforcement मिलती है, like that they're gonna
Yes.
make that person feel so happy. Wow, you did this. That's so cool. Like that's what I was reading on Twitter once. कि if you order pancakes for breakfast, it's so normal. पर अगर 4 अंडे order किए, people are like, are you crazy? Why would you want to eat 4 eggs?
Right.
But eating that 100 grams of sugar is worse. It's
Yeah.
only like maida and sugar. But that's normalized, right? Like not drinking is not normalized. Whereas like I was hearing a podcast that alcohol flows into like also your brain because it's water soluble as well as like fat soluble or something. So there's actually वो study में आया था कि there's zero benefit of it. But अगर you're not drinking, that's weird. So automatically the person thinks that okay, like I should be drinking. So I think wrong things are given way too much reinforcement, and as humans, we all want to feel like that pump and that validation.
perspective बन गया सबके मतलब कि नहीं करता तो भाई क्यों नहीं करता.
हाँ मतलब people
या boring है अगर नहीं करता.
Boring तो मतलब ऐसा प्यारा टैग है ना, मुझे तो प्यार हो गया. मुझे मतलब all my college friends, school तो नहीं, because school friends are somebody who they just cannot judge you.
Yeah.
They are like beyond that. मतलब एक तो मतलब the statement that I have about school friends is तुम्हारे माँ बाप ने सिर्फ तुम्हें बड़ा नहीं करा, तुम्हारे दोस्तों ने तुम्हें बड़ा करा. School friends खास कर, because you have been with them for like a very substantial part of the day. College friends का क्या है ना कि you have been with them for a limited time. उसमें भी there are a number of varieties to get a job, to skill, ये सब. I am definitely the most boring person in my entire college life. I'm sure of that. And people have simply stopped talking to me कि ये तो बहुत ही boring है. And this COVID time made me realize कि हाँ, I am definitely boring, but it's somehow gave me a strength कि हाँ, this is how I am and I need to be like this. Whenever I go to a new environment, suppose I recently joined a new company, right? They asked me for an introduction on my first day. I start कि I am the most boring person you will ever see. क्योंकि वहाँ से क्या हो जाता है ना, सेट माय एक्सपेक्टेशंस
पहले सेट कर दिया.
वहाँ से लोगों को जो भी मेरे बारे में पता लगता है, they're like, oh wow, you're not boring at all. So I have actually tried to pivot it into a strength. But
I've also embraced being boring कि अब Saturday को 8:30 खुलती है तो ठीक है, I'm happy कि चलो फिर 11 बजे.
तभी निहारिका ने हमें मॉर्निंग का स्लॉट नहीं दिया.
नहीं पता कल रात को.
निहारिका, अच्छा अब इसमें क्या है कि एक इम्पोर्टेंट चीज ये कि since we are talking about people, we are talking about perceptions. What is your thinking about success and failure?
Right. I would say both are impermanent, and to make peace with the fact that it's impermanent will, at least with me now, I'm very emotional. My basic reaction is to cry. I'm angry, I cry. I'm sad, I cry. I'm disappointed, I cry. I don't know, because I don't yell, आवाज उठती नहीं है कभी, and I'm not very confrontational because if I confront somebody when I'm angry, I keep crying and they're busy consoling me. So I would say to make peace ki it's impermanent. If it's success, don't take it to your head. It can go very easily, you know. And if it's failure, he gets a learning. Just believe in impermanence of not just success and failure, but impermanence of life. You live a fuller life when you know that everything is impermanent.
Right.
And that helps me sort of, you know, not feel too bad and not feel too good.
Right.
Because I'll give you a small example. When I got LinkedIn Top Voice, तो उसमें लिखा था, you know, this is confidential. And एक महीने बाद they're gonna announce it. So I called everyone I know and I told them
LinkedIn वालों
that I'm Top Voice, but it's confidential. तो मैं सबको don't tell anyone करके सबको बता दिया. But by the time like उसके बाद हो गया था, मतलब हो गया Top Voice. Now what? Okay. Then a year later they gave a badge and all. I was like, okay, cool. I mean, there's nothing that I can take to my head, right? I'm working for it. It's not ki baithe I've got a reward. I'm working for it. So I would say like definitely you know, people will say you got lucky, but improve your surface area of luck by showing up more often and as much as you can. But just know it's impermanent and put your feet on the ground and be a nice person. That's how people will remember you.
Right. Vineet, your
बहुत
take on
सेंट हो गया ना,
success?
सेंट
नहीं,
नहीं नहीं आई थिंक देखो
Appropriate है ये.
हम भी मैं अगेन 3 weeks के ऊपर बात लेके आऊंगा बिकॉज लर्निंग मेरी सारी उसी है. तो आई रिसेंटली डिड माय कोर्स फ्रॉम आईआईटी बॉम्बे विच इज ह्यूमन सेंटर्ड इंटरेक्शन. तो कैसे ह्यूमन और हम जब एप्लीकेशंस बनाते हैं, हम कुछ भी चीज करते हैं, इट्स नॉट अबाउट एप्लीकेशन, व्हाटएवर प्रोडक्ट वी आर बिल्डिंग, व्हाटएवर सर्विस दैट वी आर गिविंग, कैसे ह्यूमन के सेंटर में रखनी है. तो उसके अंदर दो चीज होते हैं, वन इज आवर हैप्पी फ्लो एंड व्हाट इज आवर सैड फ्लो. हैप्पी फ्लो इज समथिंग, जैसे एग्जांपल अभी तक हमने जितनी बातें करी वो खुशी खुशी बातें करी, निहारिका की सक्सेस जर्नी के बारे में बात कर रहा, सब कुछ कर रहा, बट फेलियर्स प्लेज एन इंपॉर्टेंट रोल जैसा आपने बताया, और सक्सेस को भी सर पे नहीं चढ़ना चाहिए, वो भी निहारिका ने बताया. सैड फ्लो भी होते हैं लाइफ के अंदर, इसके अंदर कि आपका फ्लो चल रहा है और फॉर एग्जांपल इफ यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट एन एप्लीकेशन, यू आर फिलिंग अ फॉर्म, और फिलिंग फॉर्म में एक फील्ड होती है जो आपको पता ही नहीं है नंबर आपका, जैसे पासपोर्ट नंबर नहीं पता, जब तक आप वो मैंडेटरी फील्ड नहीं भरोगे तब तक आप फॉर्म सबमिट नहीं कर सकते, उस वजह से आपका फॉर्म रह जाता है. समटाइम्स इट हैपेंस जब हम कॉलेज के फॉर्म भरते हैं. सो मेरी व्हाट वाज निहारिका आपका सैड फ्लो, इफ यू आर ओके टू शेयर विद दैट, आपकी लाइफ में ऐसे कौन से इंसिडेंट्स आए जिसमें आप फेल हुए, उससे आपको क्या लर्निंग हुई, अगर हुई भी तो कुछ उसके बारे में.
Niharika, I think there is a conjugation question इसमें, मतलब I try to ask this to everybody that I know कि when you are at your lowest, मतलब मेरा क्या है कि people don't believe it but I am at my lowest every week and then I get back next day somehow. ठीक है. My point is कि when you are at your lowest and you know कि ये आज का हो गया है, ये आज तो low hit कर लिया है, now we have to get back up from here.
Right.
What do you tell yourself? Or you know, what do you resort to?
You know, honestly, it happens so often. Like when I think of एक बड़ा moment जो ऐसे हुआ, like one of them I told you was like कि when I planned everything to like quit my 9 to 5 and suddenly lost all my clients, not because I did something wrong or did something wrong, business requirements changed. Yeah, that is a big moment. But I think when you are doing your own business, there are sad moments which are so often, and it's so frustrating that it's like if I start keeping a tab of it, फिर तो it'll be every day. Like today only something happened and I was like, are you kidding me? On a Sunday I have to deal with this. And when I started for 10 months I was burnt out, but I was in denial कि नहीं, it's okay. काम तो मैं सिर्फ 4 घंटे कर रही हूँ, ये नहीं सोचा कि 10 घंटे सोच भी तो रहे हो और कुछ सोच ही नहीं सकते, कोई moment ही नहीं enjoy कर रहे because you're always thinking about work. So I think one thing I do is I embrace being sad. Abhi 2 days ago, like this month has been really difficult for me because of
mentioned in your newsletter.
Yeah, because like I some circumstances took place along with the health problem that like 2 days ago I just sort of reached to that point of exhaustion कि यार it's been 18 days, I can't, कुछ नहीं हो रहा, and that entire day I just like kept crying. Like it's not that I kept on crying, but whatever I do randomly I would start crying. Then after a while I was like it's a low. And like, you know, life rocket नहीं, ऊपर ही नहीं जाती रहेगी, it's a low. And embrace it कि चलो, no, you can't embrace it, but make peace with it कि okay, you're sad. And then in the evening, like my husband was like कि बाहर चलो, you feel better. I'm like, no, I want to stay at home and watch a movie. But then I actually felt better when we went out. So change of environment helps. But I feel low very often. It's just that again, I know कि okay, it got screwed up. Like there's a big screw up that's happened. पर अब उसके बारे में सोच के किसी को डांट के या खुद को कुछ बोल के वो बेटर तो नहीं होएगा, तो लेट्स जस्ट सी कि क्या करें कि फिर से ना हो और थोड़ा डिजास्टर कंट्रोल करें।
नेगेटिविटी हेट्स मोमेंटम।
हाँ, वो तो बहुत ही मुझे मूव किया।
वो पेंडुलम वाला लगता है ना यार, लाइफ का हमेशा लाइक अ पेंडुलम, एक बार इधर जाएगा सक्सेस तो वापस भी आएगा, बट अगेन वापस आएगा।
मेरी अप्रोच क्या हो जाती है ना कि मतलब मैं तो बड़े प्यार से बोलता हूँ अब अपने आप को कि आई एम अ फेलियर स्टोरी, इफ यू वांट टू टॉक टू मी प्लीज बी रेडी, आई एम गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट मोर अबाउट फेलियर्स देन हाई पॉइंट्स, ठीक है। मतलब I was super underconfident, super extreme, polarized person in confidence in my school. ठीक है. When I tell people कि हाँ I used to क्या कहते हैं dance on stage also, and I went to state level competitions and I won a prize for dancing. People don't believe when I say them कि I'm an introvert or I simply am very underconfident. Point is कि the story behind it कि यार I was able to dance or go to a certain contest and let's say do decently okay because I love dancing. Doesn't mean that it is able to boost my confidence permanently.
Yeah.
But what happened over time, now that was school, right? In college, I tried to do different projects, right? I tried to start and run a magazine altogether from ground zero. Our college just didn't have a student oriented magazine. I reached out to faculty, students, went to class to tell students if you have any articles, if you have anything that can be published in your own magazine, let me know. I'll put it up there. It's my job to get it published. It went through a very good period, right? Your interview is also there in one of the editions. Then also my friends in college didn't believe कि I'm an underconfident person or I'm an introvert because they thought कि तो class में जाके announcement कर रहा है, अरे वो ठीक है. So my point is about failure has come to a conclusion अभी as of today. It is going to evolve and settle. लेकिन what I'm trying to do has to be related to with a vision कि ये तो सही है इसलिए ही इसको करना है, ठीक है. मुझे मैगजीन बनाने में शिद्दत इसलिए मिली क्योंकि मुझे लगा कि इट इज़ गोइंग टू ब्रिंग इम्पैक्ट टू सम पीपल्स लाइफ, ठीक है. पीपल शुड नो अबाउट देयर सीनियर, how well he or she is doing. People need a platform where then they can put their poems also, right? उसलिए मैगजीन बनी. I danced because I simply enjoyed listening to songs and then dancing over it, ठीक है. Over time my definition of success and failure has simply been कि जो काम करना है वो तो करो ही, ठीक है. उसका result actually doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Right. So you are going to fail definitely. मतलब there have been classrooms where people have laughed at me, ठीक है. I have literally that was the saddest moment in college कि I was in the cafeteria, Anit, and you know the cafeteria area, right? People were having lunch on my magazine and I was like भाई ये पढ़ने के लिए बनाई है. and that day I felt really low कि I need to stop this product. It is just not making sense to people, But then I eventually didn't do it and it continued for another time till I was in college because I knew कि okay, the product has value. People will understand its value, like 5 years, 10 years down the line in this way or some another. People eating lunch over my magazine doesn't define that the product has been a success or a failure. Similar goes for, what I did in my day-to-day job. The project might become, highly valuable to the company in revenue terms. A project might go south and the company might lose a client because of me. Very much possible. I might get 5-star review, I might get 1-star review. I'm saying this because I have got both.
Yeah.
And that too from the same person. And that person, one of my leaders, he's actually became then very close to me, in terms of what I'm learning from and everything. So then I thought कि success and failure, either you define it or don't, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What do you want to do anyway?
Exactly. I would say that क्या labels के पीछे भागना, like your biggest success या ये वो, just do what makes you happy and keep giving in your best. And if you keep worrying, if you keep thinking about the consequence, like my YouTube channel is 3,000 subscribers. If I only make videos कि I want to earn X amount of money, that's what I'm making, then though I think it'll take in entirely different directions, because how much I have experienced so far is that and like this may be like some people may call this perspective stupid, but when you do something out of honesty and a vision, उसका काम pays off, because पता नहीं शिद्दत से कर रहे हो या मन से कर रहे हो, but when it's only focused on the materialistic stuff, then नहीं आता. तो वो मेरे साथ मैंने एक्सपीरियंस किया. नाउ आई बिलीव इन इट इवन मोर.
तो मेरे जो सक्सेस का है ना, मतलब कॉलेज में हमारे एक आते थे प्रोफेसर, एक हमारा साइकोलॉजी का कुछ सब्जेक्ट होता था, तो उन्होंने बहुत अच्छी बात कही थी. आचार्य प्रशांत, शायद से आपने सुना भी, आजकल काफ़ी वायरल हो रहे हैं, IIT ड्रॉप आउट है और सेंट टाइप पर्सनालिटी है, इज अ वेरी गुड यूट्यूबर राइट नाउ विद लॉन्ग हेयर्स. वो कॉलेज में हमारे सेशन देने आते थे, तो आई हैव अटेंडेड his session at that time. I've seen his content journey and he's a superb content creator to follow. अगर आपको सेशन के साथ चेक करना, तो उसने बहुत सी बात कही थी. जो आपकी डेस्टिनी होती है ना, ये ऐसे नहीं कि आपकी किस्मत ऐसी है कि आपकी किस्मत चमक गई. एवरीथिंग इज रिलेटेड. देयर इज अ डॉट्स, एक डॉट, दो डॉट, तीन डॉट, वो डॉट जब कनेक्ट होती है ना, तब आपकी डेस्टिनी बनती है. अगर आप देखोगे ना डेस्टिनी, अपनी किस्मत, तो आपने जो पास्ट में आपने जो एक्शंस करे उस पर बहुत ज्यादा डिपेंड करेगी. और उस एक्शंस में सक्सेस भी होगी और एक्शन में फेलियर्स भी होंगे. और एक टाइम में आपने जितनी पास्ट में मेरे लेसन्स आज तक स्कूल से टाइम से लेकर और अब तक मैंने लाइफ में सीखे ना, एवरीथिंग इज हेल्पिंग मी इन टुडे इन माय करियर, इन माय पर्सनल लाइफ. कुछ भी, सब चीजें बहुत.
आई थिंक मेरे को लगता है कि ना, ये इट्स ऑल अबाउट इटरेशंस करते रहो वो कुछ
कंपाउंडिंग.
हाँ, वही
लिटरली.
हमारा नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन जो था,
so Niharika, tell us about this. What is one thing that you have put in that has proven for you that compounding works?
Repetitions.
Repetitions, okay.
Like abhi, now that I have taken work online and I've got recognized,
Okay.
people are like, oh, you grew so much in 2 years. Took you like a year to quit your job and make money. And you got it so early, so you're either privileged or like it's just luck. But then I'm just like, yeah, that's because, okay, all of this happened when I was 25, 26, but I'm writing since I was 7, जो आपने नहीं देखा. मतलब अभी भी I have those diaries जहाँ पे मैंने इतनी poetry लिखी है, इतना कुछ लिखा है. After that, when I went to boarding school, I was in the editorial team. So I would submit every month. I would submit a article or a poetry. So that was happening, and I especially loved in English classes. And I wrote for fun, a lot of it. Then when I was doing my college, so responsibilities came and thoda kam ho gaya, but I still started an online blog. I started blogging on Instagram back then. I don't use it anymore, but I started like writing about my fitness journey, started documenting it. Used to study a lot of facts and figures, incorporated in my journey, talk about the consequences and the results. So it became really good content. And then after that, like after some 15 years of putting in the reps, अगर अब नहीं result मिलेगा तो फिर कब मिलेगा? But just because you haven't seen it doesn't mean it didn't exist. Like I don't think I would have got these results right now if one thing didn't lead to another, which you just spoke about. Obviously back, like all my life I've just written for fun. It's only in undergrad I thought, okay, yeah, I can make impact with my weight loss journey only because उस time तो ये था कि मैं diet नहीं follow कर रही, most लोग करते हैं. So let me talk about how you can eat and still do it. But then like that was still carving the skill. If you're playing guitar since 10 years, even if it's in your room, it's not कि अब YouTube पे एक साल में traction मिल गया क्योंकि एक ही साल काम किया. All of those years I've had it up. So I think repetitions help. Like the only way to get better at something is by doing it. But then the thing is, when people say like this is why you got it or that's why you got it, then I also feel that people want a cushion of excuses that they can feel better about not trying. Because everyone feels it's too late. I also feel it's too late to do anything. So yeah, I think repetitions has helped compound, because then when the results come in, then they really come in. Like I'll give you an example. This week I got my first LinkedIn sponsorship by like 3 different collaborations. And I was like,
congrats.
Wow. I was like, wow, this is such easy money. Like they're paying me for this. But I would never pay someone. And then I thought, there are lots of people who do it with 1/4 of my following also. तो लोगों को मिलता है और मुझे कभी भी नहीं मिला for a very long time. 100K हो गया, मुझे कभी भी नहीं मिला. Then I think maybe all of that didn't happen because the good things had to come in with better places. So I think it all works out in the end. Just keep putting in the work.
वही ना, जितना पसीना आप युद्ध से पहले बहा लोगे उतना ही कम खून आपको युद्ध में बहाना पड़ेगा.
अच्छा,
wow, deep हो गया.
इंग्लिश में क्या था इसका? Bleed, sweat in,
more you sweat
in, क्या कहते हैं, जो भी practice so that you don't bleed in war, something like.
मैं अपनी टीम को हमेशा ये बोलता हूँ, मैंने कहा जिस दिन क्लाइंट पे तुम्हें डाल दिया ना मैंने, उस दिन तुम इतना खुश मानोगे कि अच्छा अभिनीत आपने इतने मेरे को रोज टॉन्ट मार के काम करवाया है, इसलिए आपको प्रैक्टिस चल रही है. So that is very important. तो निहारिका, आपका देखो, हमारी जो ऑडियंस है, टारगेट ऑडियंस, जो मेरा पर्सोना ऑडियंस का, इट्स लाइक 18 years to say 26, 28 years, जिसमें आपके कॉलेज में जो एंटर करे फर्स्ट ईयर के स्टूडेंट्स और जो अपने करियर के फर्स्ट ईयर, सेकंड ईयर और थर्ड ईयर में मतलब है 3 साल 4 साल बाद, ये दिस इज माय टारगेट ऑडियंस. यू राइट ऑन लिंक्डइन, द पावर ऑफ लिंक्डइन इज वेरी, बहुत ज़्यादा है, मतलब लोगों को नहीं पता अभी कितना. सो डू यू वांट टू गिव सम एडवाइसेस हाउ पर्सनल ब्रांडिंग हेल्प्स देम, व्हाट्स इम्पोर्टेंट टू बी देयर ऑन लिंक्डइन, बिकॉज आज के टाइम में आप देखते हो जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज नहीं है, बट लिंक्डइन कैन हेल्प यू टू गेट एक्चुअली.
आई थिंक है, पर लोगों को पता नहीं कैसे टैप करना.
टैप करना. तो मतलब द ओनली क्वेश्चन इज फॉर द ऑडियंस पर्टिकुलरली कि उनके लिए आपके पास क्या टिप्स है कि अगर वो अपना स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं, अगर वो लिंक्डइन पे नहीं है या है ऑलरेडी, हाउ कैन दे स्टार्ट utilizing the power of LinkedIn?
So my first tip will be very non-LinkedIn specific, and I would say कि जब भी you doing something ना, पहले प्लीज थोड़ा टाइम निकाल के अपने आप को ढूंढो. कहाँ से स्टोरीज लाओगे जब अपने आप को नहीं ढूंढ सकते. एंड दैट्स नॉट जस्ट मेमोरीज. फाइंड आउट कि जो आप जॉब, लाइक आई वांटेड लाइक टू बी अ कंसल्टेंट, तो मैंने कभी, बिकॉज यार इट्स फैंसी, दैट्स व्हाई. But if you also want to do whatever XYZ job, do you actually want to do it कि वो surface level पे exciting लग रहा है? क्योंकि maybe you'll dig in deeper into yourself and realize your strengths are completely different and you can thrive in that field. तो पहले please अपने आप को ढूंढो, क्योंकि उस चीज़ की jobs भी होंगे. After that, LinkedIn specific is that first you see what kind of content is working well. जैसे क्या listicles ज़्यादा चल रहे हैं, bullet points, mix of both, what is the size of it. So sort of read, consume, and then learn from what's working and try to put your story in that format. And put out your unique stories, because like your life experience is unique. And also if you want a job, then always make LinkedIn stuff related to work. Even when I write personal development, always make it related to work. So you ideally want to be a person, अब मैं recruiter की तरह बात करी क्योंकि मैं recruiter थी. You ideally want to be the person कि जो company 5 strengths ढूंढ रही है उसमें से आपके 3 तो मैच करें या 2 बहुत अच्छे से मैच करें. तो try to highlight that in whatever content you create. So I would say that, and please make use of in-mails. Reaching out personally and not via like copy paste मत करो. Reach out personally and treat the other person जैसे real life में करोगे. Treat them like humans. And there's no harm in telling somebody that this is the work experience you hold, you saw an opening, and if they'd consider, don't just be like, this is my CV, please refer me. मुझे इतना मिलता है, please refer me in an organization. And I'm like, कौन सी organization है? कहाँ करूँ refer? तो be a bit mind, like treat humans online as you would in real life. उससे थोड़ी अपनी like talk nicely, and that should help. So yeah, good in-mails. And highlight your strengths in the in your content, and keep learning from what content works and try to fit yours in a similar template. Does that help?
I think definitely ये बहुत ज़्यादा हेल्प कर रहा होगा. और आप भी अपनी लिंक्डइन प्रोफाइल को अप करिए, और निहारिका को ज़रूर फॉलो कर लो ना. सबके लिंक्स सोशल मीडिया के जितने भी लिंक्स हैं, मनदीप के, मेरे, निहारिका के, सबका आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में मिल जाएंगे. एक सेकंड जो रहता है ना, अब जो मेरी सेकंड ऑडियंस है जो कि करियर में अपने जो कॉलेज में ऑफिस के अंदर है, तो उनके साथ सबसे ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम जो है सीन पर्सनली इज दैट दे डोंट नो हाउ टू राइट एन ईमेल. ठीक है,
यस,
इसको क्या लिखना है और क्या लैंग्वेज लिखनी है,
और कितनी
इन्विटेशन डालनी है नहीं डालनी, कितना बड़ा लिखना है. एनी टिप्स फॉर देम, फॉर द ऑडियंस जो देख रही है भाई कॉर्पोरेट में घुसे हो तो बच्चों वाला ईमेल नहीं लिखना है. हाय प्लीज फाइंड अ जॉब, पीएफए, दिस इज द
वर्स्ट आइडिया, पीएफए वाला.
तो मतलब एनी टिप्स फॉर देम, फॉर कॉर्पोरेट?
I would say don't use big jargons and don't make it very long for no reason, you know, क्योंकि CBSE में पढ़ाते हैं that, you know, fit this word length. Don't keep beating around the bush like you're busy, that person is busy, get to the point. And fancy vocabulary doesn't make you sound fancy, and I think like a lot of people are also not natural English speakers, and this is just added stress ki you have to sound good. No, you just have to convey the message. So keep it short and keep it up to the point, and be nice. Like don't just throw it on somebody's face. Hi, here it is, bye. Don't do that.
I think एक point और मतलब,
and I think it's good to have a nice day, or at least I do that. I'm always like, okay, have a great Tuesday, or have a nice weekend, or hope you're having a great week. I always add that because why not?
रिसेंटली एक मेरी मीटिंग में ये आ रहा था कि मतलब लोग आते हैं, हाय XYZ प्लीज गेट दिस डन. वो कहते हैं यार पूछ तो लो हाल चाल या पूछ लो, बट अगेन वन ऑफ माय सीनियर मेंबर टोल्ड कि यार इट नॉट ऑलवेज नेसेसरी जिनके साथ डेली डे टू डे बातें करो. तो मनदीप से करो तो हमेशा थोड़े को हाय मनदीप हाउ आर यू, दिस इज व्हाट आई हैव टू डू. मेरे लिए तो वो भी बहुत ज़्यादा फ्रस्ट्रेटिंग बात है. मेरी टीम हमेशा मुझे मैसेज करेगी, हाय विनीत, हाय हाउ आर यू, आई एम गुड, how was your day?
Even I don't
And
like
then
that.
then they tell what exactly the work. I am always saying भाई सीधा बताना क्या करना है.
Even when somebody talks to me like that, I'm like, okay, reach to the point, काम क्या है?
तो we have to see, I think situation बड़ा matter करेगी इसके अंदर, किस टाइम पे
I think
कितनी frequency पे क्या लिख रहे हो
कि जैसे किसी प्रोजेक्ट का मान लेते हैं लाइफ स्पैन मान लेते हैं महीने का है, ठीक है, पहले वीक में आप सब करो, पहले वीक में आप हालचाल भी पूछो, पहले वीक में ये भी इंटरप्रेट करने की कोशिश करो कि हाउ द अदर पर्सन इज रिस्पॉन्डिंग, ठीक है. इफ दे आर टू सीनियर, इट्स अ फैक्ट दे डोंट हैव टाइम. वो तुम्हें टाइम एक्स्ट्रा निकाल के दे रहे होंगे. दैट मीन्स यू हैव टू बी अटमोस्ट वैल्यूएबल, अटमोस्ट इम्पैक्टफुल इन द लीस्ट वर्ड्स पॉसिबल, ठीक है, अगर वो बहुत ही सीनियर लेवल पे. मोस्टली केसेस में मैंने यही देखा है, ठीक है. देन सेकेंडली ऑलवेज यूज बुलेट पॉइंट्स और पॉइंटर्स, ठीक है. सीधा लिखो ये आज की अपडेट है 3 पॉइंट्स में, दैट्स इट. ट्राई टू फिनिश इट इन 3 पॉइंट्स, ठीक है. एंड पुट इन दी क्या कहते हैं ये बोल्ड करना नंबर्स को. अगर इफ सो लाइक in my profile numbers play a lot of वो मतलब there are
highlight the important points.
Data analytics and all and everything, so numbers highlighting is super valuable. Highlight if there are numbers, if there is something to touch base on कि okay we need to connect on this, तो जिस चीज पे कनेक्ट करना है वो लिख दो, ये एजेंडा होगा. इसमें एस्टिमेटेड टाइम भी शायद इतना लग सकता है. बी डिटेल्ड बट क्रिस्प. अब उसी मतलब it's very easy to say कि be detailed but crisp, ठीक है, but it's a very contrasting statement. अब डिटेल्स भी दो, अब क्रिस्प भी रहो, ठीक है. बट यही ट्रूथ है मेरे हिसाब से, मतलब यही वे फॉरवर्ड. एंड इट डजंट कम ओवरनाइट अगेन. इट इज गोइंग टू टेक इटरेशंस, इट इज गोइंग टू टेक रेप्स. एंड फॉर मी पर्सनली इट टुक अबाउट 6 months.
टाइम लगता है चीज पे.
6 महीने में मुझे समझ में आया कि अच्छा ठीक है, ऐसे मेल करना है, इसको मेल करना है तो ऐसे जा रहा है, इसको मेल करना है तो ऐसे जाएगी, ठीक है. इंटरनली अगर किसी को भेज रहे हैं कि हाँ ये काम है, ये करके कर लो, निपटा लो, दैट्स इट. किसी से पूछना है, कोई डाउट्स हैं, शेड्यूल अ कॉल, दैट्स इट. अगर किसी को शाम को भेजना है तो वो तो डिटेल तो देनी पड़ेगी.
So निहारिका, आपका ऑलरेडी लिंक्डइन पे बहुत कुछ है, तो थोड़ा सा उसके बारे में बात कर लेते हैं. आई थिंक वी ऑलरेडी 20 minutes. ज़्यादा हमने ओवर टाइम ले लिया है. Conversation happening good. So what are the different like services that you are providing, and how people can join your services, whatever content creation के बहुत सारे submit और वही सब बंदे बता रहे थे. I think both of you can tell about
so
कि क्या चीज़ें हैं और कैसे लोग कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं.
मतलब I can tell because I have purchased every product of Niharika, ठीक है, and I'm super proud.
And how the ROI के बारे में बात करें.
ROI तो नहीं बता सकता मैं, उसके लिए मुझे एक और पॉडकास्ट चाहिए. So you can go if you want, मतलब I would recommend it this way कि go for, if you want to get into writing, then please join her Summit 21 course. I think June iteration is going to come, और वो हो गया होगा full.
जून को नहीं, अभी थोड़ी सी.
There are slots remaining, right? How many slots?
I think 5.
5 slots are remaining.
वो तो खत्म हो जाएंगे जब तक एडिट होगा. उसके बाद वाला बताओ.
ये हो सकता है
इसके बाद.
So I think and the next iteration is going to come around
sometime in September,
है ना?
September.
So last year September I joined the September batch of Summit 21. It was super valuable. There were the content is in PDF and then it is discussed, and in meetings, in the calls, it is only discussed ki okay, what were you able to learn out of it, and there is no explanation required because it is about what actions you took. And the lessons are going to come automatically out of it. So if you want to get into writing, you want to know, just like Niharika says, that words are super important. People are undervaluing it, okay? So that so if it is about writing mails, if it is about writing articles on LinkedIn, if it is about communicating to people in any written format, and you want to do it extensively, go for Summit 21. Okay, if you want to only focus on LinkedIn, then please go for LinkedIn Mastery. I think which you have recently launched. I think in Feb.
Yeah, Feb.
Yeah, she launched it in Feb.
That is also a boot camp.
No, that's a recorded
course. So it's self-paced.
Pre-recorded self-paced course. So that is only can also give you freedom to explore in your own time. LinkedIn.
I will going to buy that.
Yeah, definitely. And use my code. ठीक है. So then if you want to start slow, if you are still into the exploring stages, like I was in 2021, check out, try to read through Niharika's articles on Medium and LinkedIn. Try to see the kind of stories she's able to tell. You will able to realize that it is not really tough to find what topics to write about. She is writing about everything that she's experiencing when she's out traveling.
पजामा के बारे में लिख दिया तो क्या नाम था?
वो तो freelancing के लिए था।
freelancing के था।
मैं खुद
right
तो
now,
था।
right now she is writing about what lessons come out when she goes to travel to Japan or Australia. She travels a lot. ठीक है? Then she is also writing about what lessons are coming across her when she is going through any shift in life, whether it is just right after a Summit 21 course, or it is after call with somebody, or it is about any new person that she is able to interact with. So if you want to go slow and you're still in the exploring stages, read through the articles on Medium and LinkedIn, and you can go for the Medium guide or the LinkedIn guide. They are also available on Gumroad.
Gumroad, yeah.
Right. Did I leave anything out?
No. There's also free thing. There are 2 free things. There's one free ebook on Side Hustle.
Yeah.
And there's one Side Hustler checklist. They're both free. And
Yeah.
they're also on Gumroad.
And subscribe to our newsletter. They are really fantastic.
Newsletters हो गया, LinkedIn हो गया, courses के बारे में पता लग गया, YouTube channel है. Are you on Instagram as well?
No.
Not on Instagram right now. ठीक है, तो ये 3 प्लेटफॉर्म्स हमारे पास है जिसको आप फॉलो कर सकते हो.
Twitter.
Twitter
मैं Twitter पे हूँ.
ट्विटर को मैं भूल जाता हूँ कि मैं यूज नहीं करता है ज़्यादा. But how do you think ट्विटर की पावर क्या है?
It's really yeah. Twitter is the foundation of me starting a business from writing and moving from freelancing. So it's been really pivotal for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
And I think it's a great way to tap into global communities. Doesn't have to be restricted to where you live.
Also, you're able to make your words crisp.
Yeah.
कम
Because of the
शब्दों
word
में
limit.
कैसे अपने
Yes.
हाफ
वो automatically
Detailed
हो
and crisp that he was talking about.
वो ट्विटर के थ्रू है.
तो ये जो आपके कोर्सेज है फॉर ऑडियंस फॉर एग्जांपल मेरा इंग्लिश में हमेशा हार्ड टाइट रहा है. अगर आप मेरे देखोगे अभी भी हम जब बात कर रहे थे सम अदर वर्ड्स जो कि मैं मतलब अगेन जरूरी नहीं है कि इंग्लिश आपकी इतनी स्ट्रांग होनी चाहिए.
Right.
थिंग इज कि आपको यूजर को समझ जाए वो मैं कर पाता हूं. अब कॉन्फिडेंस आ गया तो मैं बोल देता हूं कुछ भी बड़े कॉन्फिडेंट में. अब ठीक है जो स्मार्ट हो तो कहते हैं हाँ ठीक है समझ रही हूं मैं बात है वो समझ जाता हूं. अब तो आप प्री रिक्विजिट है कुछ इन कोर्सेज के लिए?
नहीं.
कुछ भी नहीं है. एनीवन
नहीं,
कैन
पर
जॉइन.
I mean, it's not कि आपको इंग्लिश में बहुत फ्लुएंट होना चाहिए, पर at least like that should be your mode of talking and when you're writing, mainly writing. And when you talk about like not being strong in English, the only reason I'm fluent in English was because it was compulsory in school. So when I joined, I would keep talking in Hindi, but then my friends would be like, no, it's not allowed, it's not allowed. फिर बहुत मुश्किल लगा क्योंकि इंग्लिश आती तो थी पर कॉन्वर्सेशन इंग्लिश इज लाइक
पहले हिंदी में सोचते थे वर्ड को फिर कन्वर्ट.
You have to think in English to talk in English, but then I think then on those 5 years that happened. So then it became, then going to Bangalore, people didn't talk so much in Hindi. So I think that's how it became like a first language instead of second. So yeah, there's no prerequisite, and in fact, like we've had people from all walks. Most people are older than me. There are so many parents, like you must have seen. Lots of parents come in because they're busy, and it's a course for busy people. We also have students coming in, and we've had people from different places.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice, interesting.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think we can conclude this episode, right?
बिल्कुल. Any other closing note that you have, Niharika, for us, for our audience?
But
पहले Niharika सुनते हैं पहले.
हाँ वही मैं कहने वाला था कि I'll go last.
Nothing, just have fun, stay happy, find yourself, enjoy life. It's very short.
तो मतलब हिंदी में बोलूंगा मौज लो रोज लो काम मिले
हंसो जियो मुस्कुराओ कल हो ना हो.
मूवी भी प्रमोट है सब. बट गुड. आई थिंक इट वाज अ वेरी नाइस पॉडकास्ट. 45 मिनट्स का फिर ऑलरेडी हमारे पास 1 घंटा 14 मिनट का हो गया. इट वाज फन कन्वर्सेशन. मैं जरूर हमेशा ही सोचता था जो लिंक्डइन पे होते हैं इतना सब कुछ दिखता है रियल लाइफ में कैसे होते होंगे. आई मेट
कैसा लगा फिर?
बहुत अच्छा लगा. मतलब इट्स गुड कि जब आप मिलते हो लोगों से वन टू वन कनेक्शन जो बनता है ना ह्यूमन कनेक्शन वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है. तो डेफिनेटली देयर समथिंग दैट आई हैव लर्नड फ्रॉम यू. माइट बी यू हैव लर्नड समथिंग फ्रॉम अस एज वेल. इट्स अ म्यूचुअल गेम. तो इट वाज गुड. सेम हैपेंड विद मी व्हेन आई मेट अंकुर आल्सो उनके जो बूट कैंप में था. सो थैंक यू सो मच फॉर कमिंग ऑन दिस पॉडकास्ट. बहुत मजा आया एंड होपिंग कि हम जो उसका नेक्स्ट पॉडकास्ट भी रिकॉर्ड करेंगे निहारिका बहुत ही जल्दी. बहुत सारे टॉपिक्स के ऊपर.
अब निहारिका हमारी टीम का पार्ट है. अब निहारिका को हमें कॉन्टैक्ट देनी पड़ेगी कि इरिन को बुला सकते हो. I'll just take
collaboration is something very important in life, and if you get good collaborations, I think that will help in both the ways.
I'll just take 1 minute to thank you Niharika. ठीक है मतलब see I've been more than grateful to you. I've been tagging you in my LinkedIn articles because I know कि निहारिका को टैग कर दो रीच बढ़ जाएगी.
Yeah, you should send me the links क्योंकि मैंने ना 1.5 साल से notifications नहीं चेक किए.
अच्छा ये मुझे आज पता चला. देखा इन पर्सन मिलने के फायदे. So point is Niharika, there are very 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 less people in my life, apart from you two, जिनसे मुझे हर बार मिल के बात करके गारंटी होती है कि हाँ मैं कुछ ना कुछ तो सीख के ही निकलूँ, ठीक है. पीपल कैन कॉल मी सेल्फिश फॉर इट, बट ठीक है, मेरे लिए कोई भी कन्वर्सेशन जब तक ग्रोथ कन्वर्सेशन नहीं है मैं बोर हो जाता हूँ उससे, ठीक है. और मैं एक तो खुद ही इतना बोरिंग इंसान हूँ, ऊपर से कोई कन्वर्सेशन बोरिंग हो तो मतलब बट्ठा बैठ जाएगा. ठीक है. पॉइंट इज कि आई एम super grateful, to you. You have unknowingly helped me a lot, in the difficult period of COVID. I think everybody struggled mentally, right? मुझे तो पता भी नहीं था कि मेरी mental health पे इतना negative impact पड़ रहा है, and that was a transition phase for me. I was into a job that was super good, people were really good, but it was high demanding, which is okay. I made it as a choice, ठीक है, and I was happy at the place, but काफ़ी काम था. Secondly, I was trying to run a non-profit simultaneously. Team building is मतलब मेरे लिए बहुत टफ है, ठीक है, मेरे पर्सनली बहुत टफ है. विनीत के लिए बहुत आसान हो सकता है. He has mastered that skill of leading people also. I was going through some क्या कहते हैं personal challenges as well, ठीक है, around health, and then वैसे इंट्रोवर्ट, वैसे अंडर कॉन्फिडेंट, एक दो लोगों से मिलना होता था, फिर वो भी नहीं हो रहा था. At that point of time, your articles were super helpful to me. ठीक है.
I'm glad. I had no idea.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I'm super happy कि through when I started to follow you on LinkedIn and Twitter and all these platforms, and gradually buying each and every product of yours and getting to know more about you, your story and everything, you are the reason I've started to write on LinkedIn, right? मैं भी बचपन से वो पोइट्री वगैरह लिख रहा हूँ, बट कभी I never had the confidence to put it out. Because of you, I have the courage to write in an article on LinkedIn कि I got 1 out of 5 star in a big 4 consulting company. Because of you, I have the courage to also turn it around and write कि I got 5 star also. And that is, मतलब the metric doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is because of you, I was able to put it out. ठीक है. Because of you, I'm able to drill down my content to something really good. Because of you, I think my content, well, जैसे you were using this term कि there are other Niharikas, you write before them. I also think that there are other Mandeep also, who are super underconfident and people simply doesn't care about him, which is okay. I'm super thankful to you.
I'm so happy. I don't know. It's like saying thank you is an understatement. And yeah, I'm very grateful. It's like, it's a very lonely job. I'm just in my room all day, and then I also work out at home, and then I don't go out often. So I spend a lot of my time in a very enclosed space, and all these interactions are also online. So I think I have very less human interaction in my life in general. So if somebody texts me something like this, I'm very happy कि चलो what I'm doing makes sense and I should do it. But you saying it in person, I think ये शायद पहली बार हुआ somebody's told me in person. So it means that कि ठीक है, must be doing something right. Everything is worth it, even on the days I didn't want to show up. कि it's working. And thank you so much for it. ये जो इसका टाइम स्टैम्प होएगा ये तो मैं सेव कर दूंगी. और जब भी मेरा वो लो क्या था लो फ्लो या सैड फ्लो चल रहा होएगा तो मैं ये सुन के I'll get in happy flow.
नहीं, आपका बढ़िया टेस्टिमोनियल रिकॉर्ड हो गया.
नहीं मतलब हाँ मतलब टेस्टिमोनियल है, बट इट्स अ जेन्युइन जेस्चर. मतलब मैं तो काफी टाइम से चाह रहा था कि somehow I get to see you in person.
I still remember I think जब हमारी
he asked me long back, I have a senior and would we might open a podcast, would you be up for it? I was like, okay, cool, I will be. But after that for months and months there was nothing about it, and then this email came in and I was like, okay,
काफी ideas explore
कर रहे थे, फिर टॉपिक आया क्या करें, फिर हमने सोचा यार सो ओपन एयर करते हैं.
पॉइंट ये भी है ना निहारिका कि मतलब there are 2 million podcasts out there. हमें लगा कि हम ऐसा क्या ही नया कर लेंगे, but then I think we put around a lot.
काफी brainstorm a lot. कैसे करें, क्या करें, infrastructure plays an important role. कहाँ हम रिकॉर्ड करेंगे. फिर हम thought कि open air की गार्डन में कर लिया करेंगे, but गार्डन भी आज चैलेंज हो गया.
फिर हम इस चीज पे आए कि end of the day stories are important.
Stories.
I think it's important to put out good in the world. उसका good आपको क्या मिलेगा वो देखी जाएगी. What you've given me, I think this is the greatest good that I've experienced. पर शायद मुझे entire life I would have never known that I would have impacted one person.
Yes.
So this is my greatest good to hear something like this.
चलो बहुत बढ़िया.
Thanks a lot.
कंक्लूड करें.
Yes sir.
थैंक यू.
Thanks Niharika.
Thanks, Niharika.
Thank you.
तो भाई देखो हमने तो इस पूरे पॉडकास्ट का एंजॉय कर लिया काफी अच्छे से, और जो हमें चाहिए था हमें मिल गया, हम तीनों को एटलीस्ट, और साथ तक हमारे साथ बैठे हुए हैं, थैंक्स टू हिम एज वेल. तो अगर आपको ये पॉडकास्ट पसंद आओ तो डेफिनेटली आप इसको पूरा देखो, आपको मजा आया तो आप प्लीज इसे लाइक कर लेना. अगर आप इसे यूट्यूब पे देखते हो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए, एंड अगर आप इसे डिफरेंट और प्लेटफॉर्म्स पे देख रहे हो तो आप डिफरेंट प्लेटफॉर्म स्पॉटिफाई वगैरह जिस पे भी अगर आप सुन रहे हो इसे, तो आप वहाँ पे जाकर हमें फॉलो कर लो ना. और मजा आया हो तो एक छोटा सा टेक्स्ट मैसेज हम तीनों को भेज दो ना, हमें अच्छा लगेगा. और उससे भी अच्छी बात होगी अगर आप वॉइस नोट भेज दो.
You can write a crisp and detailed email also.
आप ट्विटर
You can also tell us कि हम और क्या कर सकते हैं.
आप
Pointers
और
में.
कर सकते हैं बिल्कुल. एंड देयर विल बी अ लॉट ऑफ अदर पॉडकास्ट जो हम प्लान कर रहे हैं. आपको
Yes.
लगता है कि कोई स्पेशल गेस्ट है जिसे आप बुलाना चाहते हो हमारे इस पॉडकास्ट के अंदर, डेफिनेटली यू कैन रेफर देम एंड वील बी वेरी हैप्पी टू हैव यू. एंड माइट पॉसिबल कि आप जो ऑडियंस देख रहे हो अगर आप भी हमारे पॉडकास्ट
Yes.
पे आना चाहते हो तो वील बी वेरी हैप्पी टू हैव यू.
Yes, because we are not
Yes.
differentiating between story of one person.
कहानी तो सबके पास होती है, कहानी घर घर की, कसौटी जिंदगी की.
We just want to put the best stories out there. ठीक है, and this is the platform to do that.
तो थैंक यू सो मच. फिर मिलेंगे एक नई पॉडकास्ट के लिए, तब के लिए बाय. शब्बा का
Thank you.
शिवरात्रि. टेक केयर. मौज लो, रोज लो, ना मिले तो खोज लो. बाय.